This territory will now be under the protection of the Romulan Star Empire.
So that's how they want to play it.
Starbase Kuvira. This is USS Beckett requesting permission to patrol the neutral zone.
USS Beckett, this is Starbase Kuvira. Cleared for the neutral zone. Good hunting. When doing these breakdowns, it is unfortunate that sometimes we don't have a lot of alpha canon. Point in fact, when analyzing the Akira class, there's not a lot to go with. While there isn't a specific construction date for the Akira class as of the upload of this video, it is likely that the ship was created as a direct response to the Borg invasion at the Battle of Wolf 359, as well as Dominion aggression. The vessel would gain a substantial role in the Dominion War and the Battle of Sector 001. Unlike previous designs, the Akira class would not have a saucer section with secondary hull, but a primary saucer section connected to the nacelles. Engineering would in fact be placed under the main saucer next to the deflector. The nacelles are connected via a catamaran structure which connects in the middle to a large weapons pod where photon torpedoes and quantum torpedoes can be fired. As stated, the vessel and cannon has at least 3 phaser arrays on both the top and bottom of the hull. The ship also has photon torpedoes that can be launched from the weapons module on the catamaran, as well as from the port, starboard, and fore of the ship. Moving into beta canon that has not been established on screen, we know that the vessel is classified as a heavy cruiser and comes with all of the various pieces of Starfleet equipment, including tractor beam, transporters, holodecks, shuttles, and more. It carries over 500 souls on board and can accommodate up to 4,500 personnel for evacuations. The ship has a length of roughly 464 meters, beam of 316 meters, and height of 87 meters, with a mass of over 3 million metric tons. It can sustain warp 9.8 for 12 hours and has 6 Type 10 phasers. The book says it has 2 photon torpedo launchers, but we see in canon that it accommodates more than this. At the end of the day, the Akira-class vessel is in the line of warships designed to fight and win battles for the Federation. It is reflective of when Starfleet was wanting to fight and was not going to back down. Far more is known about the Dex class vessel in canon than is that of the Akira, probably given its prominent role in the Next Generation. The Dex class vessel is a B-type warbird that was used extensively by the Romulan Star Empire for several generations, including the Dominion War. The vessel would be classified as a battle cruiser by Starfleet and was one of the more powerful ships fielded by the Ryansu in its day. It utilized a forced quantum singularity as its ultimate power source, and the maximum warp isn't known, but we do know that it was slower than a Galaxy-class vessel. The ship had a clamshell-like design that was split with empty space in the middle. The front, or head, would house the bridge and main engineering, along with most primary weapons, as the tail was generally used to house the crew. The main weapon of the Warbird could be its directed energy weapon at the head and included a disruptor array that could fire beams and pulses, along with a photon torpedo launcher. The vessel has also been observed having phasers as well. There would also be weapon arrays located on the upper neck and lower neck of the ship, giving it some maneuverability. Perhaps one of the best defensive and offensive weapons was of the Romulan cloaking device. It would be able to use this quite effectively in most circumstances. The vessel would also have a tractor beam, shuttle bay, cargo room, crew quarters, and other areas that are generally seen by most major Alpha and Beta Quadrant powers. According to non-canon sources, the ship accommodated 1,500 souls, had a length of 1,041 meters, beam of 772 meters, and height of 285 meters. It was over 4 million metric tons with a warp of 9.6. It also sported 6 ship-mounted disruptors with 2 photon torpedoes. But the question ultimately becomes, between the two, who would win?
They are coming. Engage cloaking device.
This is the USS Beckett. You are in violation and in Federation space. Turn around and leave immediately.
Sir, Romulan Warbird decloaking from the aft.
So that's how they want to play it. Begin sweeping the area. Evasive maneuver Nog Delta 1.
Shields at 80%. Minor damage on decks 2 through 4.
Can you hear that, Captain? You're about to feel what it means to be under the Raptor's wings.
Make for the nebula. Keep trying to find them.
Shields are at 24%. Major damage to 1 nacelle.
Set photon torpedoes to explode based on proximity and drop them behind us. Fire phasers both above and below the ship.
Drop down, avoid the torpedoes! Shields up. It looks like we'll have to do this the old-fashioned way.
We can end this now. Retreat.
Till next time, Captain.
Sir, they're about to go to warp. We might be able to destroy them before...
Negative, Lieutenant. Bring us about. Dispatch remaining repair teams.
If there had been 2 of them, I don't think we could have survived.
Let's get out of here before they figure that out. Set course for Starbase Karuva. Maximum warp.
We don't have maximum warp, sir.
Well, best possible speed then.
Aye, warp 1.5.
While we don't have enough information to know which vessel would win in canon, we do know that Starfleet continues to innovate and create new vessels and weapons, while the Romulans appear to somewhat stagnate. We can assume that, like the Klingons, they do use the same hull and simply update their weapons and systems. However, we also have a few clues that might be able to help us understand how advanced these weapons and systems become. We know that the Romulan tactical strategy was generally to outnumber the opponents 2-1. A D'deridex was considered moderately more powerful than a Galaxy class within the TNG era. When presented with a fight between 4 Klingon Cavort-class vessels and a Galaxy versus 2 Romulan Warbirds, it was generally assumed that at least one Warbird and the Galaxy class would be destroyed. During the Dominion War, D'deridex vessels would be seen being ripped to shreds along with Galaxy and Miranda-class vessels, while most Akiras withstood the assault. Some Akiras would be destroyed, true, but generally they appeared to be able to take a beating. Given what we see there, and that the Akira class was specifically designed for war, it seems likely that the Akira ultimately is able to defeat a D'deridex ship once the extreme cloaking advantage is nullified. Though admittedly both would not be in good shape by the end of the battle. But this is how I thought the battle would end. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next Lore Reloaded.